Did you know that over 3 billion cans of preserved peaches are produced globally every year? But how do peaches go from orchard trees to perfect slices in syrup that we all love? From harvest to sealing freshness in cans, this is a high-tech process where every second counts. Imagine a factory filling up to 30,000 cans per hour. Ready to peek behind the scenes of this amazing production? The journey of canned peaches begins in meticulously cared-for orchards. And here is something important. Specific varieties of peaches are chosen for canning. Picture a tree bred to prepare its fruit for a long life in a can. These peaches are cultivated with taste, firmness, and shelf life in mind. They are not just pretty, they are strategically important. These orchards are typically located in regions with warm climates and plenty of sunshine. Peaches love the sun. It is like their secret ingredient. The main peach-growing regions are found in areas with mild and warm climates. California, Georgia, and South Carolina lead the United States in peach production. Among other countries, Italy stands out, especially northern Italy, where a combination of mountains and valleys creates the perfect climate. China is another major global producer. Peaches are grown in nearly all its provinces. Depending on the country, peach orchards can range from a few acres on small family farms to hundreds of acres for industrial producers. In California alone, orchards designated for canning peaches span over 25,000 acres. In Italy, the total area for peach cultivation is approximately 170,000 acres, though not all are used for processing. Growing peaches is a true art. Here are a few key challenges. While peaches thrive in warmth, severe frost can destroy buds or even entire trees. Therefore, cultivating peaches requires careful selection of varieties suited to the local climate. These trees need regular irrigation, but too much water can cause root rot. Fungal diseases like leaf curl and pests such as aphids require constant monitoring and treatment. Peach trees also need annual pruning to ensure optimal fruit growth. This is a complex but essential process. Additionally, peaches must ripen on the tree to be sweet and juicy, but they cannot overripe, as they become too soft for transportation. This means harvesting occurs on a very tight schedule. Most orchards for canning work with peach varieties that have slightly thicker skins and firmer flesh. This allows them to better withstand processing and transportation. Some farmers grow organic peaches, free from pesticides and chemicals. This is more challenging, but results in a premium product that is increasingly popular. Caring for peach orchards is not just work, it is a science. And though it is not easy, the result is fragrant, juicy peaches that we can enjoy even on cold winter days. Harvesting peaches can be mechanized. Tractors with special shakers gently shake the trees, and the fruits fall onto special mats. However, the most delicate varieties are harvested by hand to avoid damage. Did you know that every picked fruit reaches the factory within 24 hours? Here, every minute is worth its weight in gold. Once the peaches are harvested, their journey has just begun. Transporting them to the factory is a crucial stage because these fruits are incredibly delicate. To preserve their appearance and quality, strict rules must be followed. Right in the orchard, the harvested peaches are usually sorted. Damaged or overripe fruits are discarded as they can spoil during transportation. Peaches are packed into small boxes or plastic containers designed to minimize pressure. Often, they are lined with soft materials to avoid damage during transit. Since peaches spoil quickly, they are delivered to the factory as soon as possible, usually within a few hours of harvest. Factories are often located near the orchards to reduce travel time. Refrigerated trucks maintain temperatures at a maximum of 40 degrees Fahrenheit to slow the ripening process and reduce the risk of spoilage. In large operations, specialized systems gently move the fruits into containers. This reduces the risk of mechanical damage and minimizes manual labor. Every minute counts. If the peaches are delayed, they can begin to spoil or lose their appearance. Excess moisture can lead to rot, while insufficient moisture can cause the fruits to dry out. Therefore, containers and vehicles are equipped with systems to regulate these parameters. Each peach is, essentially, delicate fruit that is easily damaged. Thus, they are packed carefully, with no unnecessary pressure. In some countries, like Italy or the United States, orchard owners use electric mini-tractors to transport fruits from the orchard to intermediate storage. This is more eco-friendly and convenient. Farmers sometimes organize delivery at night or early in the morning when it is cooler. This helps keep the fruits fresh until they reach the factory. In large operations, transportation containers are labeled, so the factory knows exactly which orchard each batch came from. This helps track the quality of every harvest. As soon as the truck with peaches arrives at the factory, the fruits are immediately inspected for freshness and integrity. Those that pass inspection are sent to the first processing stage, washing and cleaning. And yes, this process happens as quickly as possible because freshness is the key to perfect canned peaches. Workers or automated systems quickly inspect the fruits to remove damaged, rotten, or overly ripe ones. Large operations use optical scanners to analyze the external appearance based on color, shape, and defects. Honestly, I would already be exhausted by the endless inspection, and this is just halfway through the peach's journey to store shelves. Even with modern technology, the human factor remains critical. Operators stand by the conveyor belt and pick out fruits that fail the automatic check. Sometimes, only a human eye can catch subtle defects. The fruits are weighed since overly small or underdeveloped ones may not meet canning standards. Washing is not just rinsing with water, but a full-fledged technological process. Peaches are harvested in orchards, where they can pick up dust, soil residues, or even chemical plant care products. After inspection, the fruits enter special rotating drums, where they are gently rinsed with water. Warm water with mild cleaning agents is used to remove even the smallest particles of dirt. Before peeling, peaches are rinsed again, this time with clean water without any additives. By the way, this entire process takes just a few minutes. Next, peaches are immersed in hot water or exposed to steam for a few seconds. This softens the skin, making it easy to remove. This method also helps preserve the texture of the flesh. Then, the peaches go to special machines equipped with rotating brushes or knives that carefully peel them. The goal is to avoid damaging the fruit and preserve as much flesh as possible. The next step involves removing the pits. Special devices carefully cut the peach in half and extract the core. But even here, there are nuances. Some peaches, known as clingstone, have pits that cling tightly to the flesh. These require more precise equipment. Peeled peaches undergo a final check to ensure the skin is completely removed and the fruit's shape is intact. This is especially important for canned peaches made from halves or quarters. After peeling, peaches are cut into halves, slices, or even cubes, depending on their intended use. Here, specialized machines with incredible precision come into play. Did you know some factories have blades that can slice peaches faster than you can blink? Even so, each slice is manually inspected to ensure no defects are missed. Next, the peaches are placed in cans and syrup is added. Depending on the recipe, the syrup can be light, medium, or thick. The most interesting part is that some recipes use special flavorings to enhance the taste of the peaches, and this is the detail you definitely notice when you open a can. The cans are sealed and immediately pasteurized. This means they are heated to high temperatures, which lock in freshness. During pasteurization, canned peaches are heated to approximately 200 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature range is high enough to destroy harmful microorganisms, preserve the product's freshness, and extend its shelf life, but it does not affect the taste or texture of the peaches. By the way, the entire process takes just a few minutes, leaving no chance for bacteria. The speed of filling cans can reach from 3,000 to 30,000 cans per hour. This demonstrates the high level of automation and efficiency in such productions. After cooling, the cans are sorted, labeled, and sent to warehouses. Sometimes, they even undergo additional inspections, to make sure everything is perfect. Then these cans are shipped to stores worldwide. Did you know the United States, China, and Greece are the 3 largest producers of canned peaches? Additionally, global tasting competitions are held to select the best syrup. Yes, this industry has its own Oscar. So next time you open a can of peaches, remember how many people and machines worked to bring this dessert to your table. You know what? They really nailed it. Have you ever wondered how the beer you drink is made? Imagine this: 1 million tons of grain every year, thousands of bottles filled every minute, and automated machines working with millimeter precision. We are diving into the world of brewing at the Anheuser-Busch factory, the largest beer producer in the world. We will discover how ordinary barley transforms into a hoppy beverage, and why every drop of Budweiser undergoes meticulous quality control. This is not just production. It is a spectacle of scale, flavor, and innovation that you absolutely will not want to miss. Did you know that the average American drinks about 2,500 ounces of beer annually? And while the Czech Republic and Germany lead in beer consumption, Anheuser-Busch supplies a significant portion of the global demand. It all begins with humble barley. At the factory, I witnessed how tons of grain are delivered and processed before being turned into malt, one of beer's main ingredients. Everything here is automated. Specialized machines grind the grain and soak it in water to wake up the enzymes. It literally looks like a dance of machinery, with each piece knowing its role precisely. In enormous steel tanks as tall as a 3-story building, giant machines load tons of golden barley. You can hear the soft, calming sound of the grain cascading downward, reminiscent of gentle rain. What happens next is pure technological magic. Special machines delicately grind the grain, exposing its core, starch. It looks as though the grain passes through a massive waterfall, transforming into a light, fluffy powder. This powder then ends up in enormous vats filled with warm water. Here is an interesting fact. The machines do not simply soak the grain in water. They maintain an ideal temperature and humidity level, like a steam bath designed to activate the enzymes. You can see the vats come alive, with hot steam passing through them. Water mixes with the ground grain, forming a thick, creamy mixture that begins to release the aroma of freshly baked bread. This moment feels incredibly vivid. It is as if the grain awakens and starts working together with this mechanical orchestra. The malt vat begins to rotate. Yes, it does not just sit still. It practically dances, with special paddles mixing the blend so the enzymes activate evenly. Steam rises, forming a light mist that fills the room with a sweet aroma. Sometimes this steam is lit with special lamps, adding a touch of spectacle, as if you are witnessing a scene from a sci-fi movie. And this is only the beginning. The porridge then passes through other tanks equipped with precise filters that separate the liquid, the malt extract, from the leftover grain. Now imagine this happening on a scale where a single processing cycle can fill thousands of bottles of beer. This is not just production, it is a full-scale performance. The machines operate with the precision of fine jewelry, and as you stand nearby, you feel like a witness to something monumental. The entire process is filled with rhythm, aromas, and sights that will make you forever respect beer. Though, to be honest, I already respect beer because it sponsors my enjoyable Friday nights. Anheuser-Busch sources barley from various farms, and the quality is scrutinized down to the smallest detail. Different beers require different malts. Lager? A light malt base is needed. Stout? Add darker, roasted malt. You get the idea. They use around 1 million tons of grain annually for beer production. Now for the most exciting part. These giant steel fermentation tanks are so enormous that it feels like you could fit an entire football team inside one. This is where the magic begins. Maltwort, a sweet liquid extracted from the grain, is mixed with hops and yeast. Honestly, the smell in the fermentation hall is something else. It is a warm, rich aroma reminiscent of bread and fruits. The yeast here works like crazy, turning sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Fermentation lasts anywhere from several days to a few weeks, depending on the type of beer. The factory employs about 4,000 people. It is like a small town. But what surprised me the most is the level of automation. People here mostly monitor the process from screens while the machines handle the bulk of the work. Even the smallest details, like the temperature and pressure inside the tanks, are controlled by computers. Honestly, the factory feels more like a scientific laboratory than a traditional brewery. And it did not start out this technologically advanced. Anheuser-Busch has an incredibly fascinating history. It all began in the year 1852, when a small brewery opened in St. Louis, simply called Bavarian Brewery. In the 1860s, it was purchased by Eberhard Anheuser, a German immigrant, and his son-in-law, Adolphus Busch, joined the business a few years later. That is when the real boom began. Adolphus Busch was not just an entrepreneur, but an innovator. Imagine this. In the year 1876, they created Budweiser, the first American lager beer. To make it accessible anywhere in the United States, Busch introduced revolutionary transportation methods, such as refrigerated railcars. This was a game changer for the beer industry. Today, Anheuser-Busch is part of the AB InBev Corporation, the largest beer producer in the world. Their brands, Budweiser, Michelob, Stella Artois, Corona, are recognized on every continent. According to AB InBev, Budweiser alone is sold in over 85 countries, producing over 2,064 million gallons of beer annually. On average, each production line fills 1,500 bottles or cans per minute. The bottling line is a true showcase of technical perfection. Hundreds of cans and bottles flow in rapid streams, perfectly aligned, gleaming under bright lights. The entire process is fully automated, and watching it is like observing a finely tuned clock mechanism, but on an enormous scale. First, empty bottles or cans enter the conveyor. They are thoroughly washed to remove even the tiniest specks of dust, because cleanliness here is paramount. Machines spin each container under spiral nozzles that shower them with jets of water. Next comes the filling stage. Cans line up under high-precision dispensers that pour the exact amount of beer into each one in mere fractions of a second. Interestingly, this happens in near-vacuum conditions. Why? To prevent foam formation and avoid any contact between the beer and oxygen, as this could affect its flavor. The next step is sealing. Caps for bottles or lids for cans are fed onto the conveyor through a separate line, and special automatic clamps secure them with such speed that it is almost impossible to see the movement with the naked eye. Then comes the packaging. This is where the real conveyor magic happens. Bottles, cans, kegs, everything moves at lightning speed. More than 1,500 bottles are filled and sealed every minute. Watch this rhythm. Every can undergoes a seal test before moving on to packaging. Here is another interesting detail. Bottle coloring and label printing are also automated. Conveyors move, machines blink, and staff only occasionally intervene to ensure everything runs smoothly. Overall, lasers, sensors, and cameras at every stage ensure quality control. If even a single can or bottle fails to meet standards, the machine instantly removes it from the line. This guarantees that only the best product reaches consumers. Despite the scale of production, the taste of the beer remains consistent. That is their top priority. Every batch undergoes tasting before hitting the shelves. And trust me, this is not just a formality. The tasters here work at the level of true sommeliers. And this is just one factory in the Anheuser-Busch network. In total, the company operates 12 breweries in the United States, along with over 20 distribution centers. Another thing that impressed me, Anheuser-Busch actively works to reduce its environmental impact. For instance, the water used in brewing is purified and reused, and all waste, such as grain husks, is sent to farms as livestock feed. You can now tell your spouse, "Honey, I am not just drinking beer, I am supporting cattle feed in the United States. If you survive saying that, let me know how it goes." Although their largest factories are in the United States, the company has facilities on every continent except Antarctica. By the way, the factory in St. Louis is also a tourist attraction. Every year, they host tours for tens of thousands of visitors. Guests are taken to historic production halls, shown giant tanks, and even get to see their famous Clydesdale horses. And if you are wondering whether you can taste the beer, of course. At the end of each tour, guests are invited to a tasting room to sample the freshest beer. Anheuser-Busch is not just a company, it is a living history of innovation, scale, and tradition. They started as a small brewery in St. Louis and have grown into a giant that is reshaping the beer industry. Next time you open a bottle of Budweiser or Michelob, remember these numbers, this scale, and the people behind every drop of beer. How did a small pharmacy in Switzerland grow into an empire that gifted the world legendary flavors? Today, We're diving into the story of Nestle, from saving infant lives to creating iconic products that captured millions of hearts. You'll uncover shocking facts about Kit Kat, the revolutionary Nespresso capsules, and the secrets of success that took the company to the top. Stick around until the end to learn more. Switzerland, the 1860s. Can you picture the world back then? The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, technology was advancing, yet everyday life faced serious challenges. One of the biggest issues? Infant mortality. A lack of quality infant nutrition was proving fatal for many newborns. In a small Swiss town called Vevey, a pharmacist named Henri Nestle was hard at work. Henri wasn't just skilled in chemistry, he had an intense drive to create something meaningful for society. His breakthrough came in 1867 when he developed a milk-based formula called farine lactée, a blend of milk, wheat flour, and sugar. Designed for infants unable to breastfeed, it shocked the world by actually working. Henri chose a logo that remains unchanged to this day, a nest with baby birds. It symbolizes care, family warmth, and safety. Fun fact, the word Nestle means little nest in German. How's that for a fitting metaphor? After the success of farine lactée, the company rapidly expanded its product range. One hit followed another: chocolate, condensed milk, infant nutrition. By 1905, Nestle merged with the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company, a major step toward globalization. In the 1920s, Nestle entered markets in the United States, Australia, Asia, and Africa. Then, in 1938, Nescafé was born, a game-changer in the coffee world. Did you know that this product was developed at the request of the Brazilian government to find a way to preserve surplus coffee beans? Just 9 years later, Nestlé joined forces with Maggi, and that's how the story of their famous soup cubes began. And this is just the beginning. When you hear Nestlé, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe it's Kit Kat chocolate or Nescafé coffee? The truth is, this company covers a massive range of categories. Chocolate and snacks? Think Kit Kat, Smarties, Aero. Coffee? Nescafé, Nespresso, Starbucks. Yes, Nestlé holds the license to produce Starbucks coffee. Ice cream? Häagen-Dazs and Mövenpick. Baby food? Nan and Gerber. Pet products? Purina, Felix, Friskies. Quick meals? Maggi and Nesquik. Water? San Pellegrino and Perrier. So, what do you always buy from this list? Nestle tailors its products to local tastes. For example, in India, Maggi is popular with curry spices. In Japan, Kit Kat comes in dozens of flavors, from wasabi to sakura. Their chocolate adapts to each market. Kit Kat in the United Kingdom has a softer taste than in the United States. Meanwhile, in Latin America, people love the sweet condensed milk La Lechera, which is a staple in desserts. Nestlé's production is a blend of science, technology, and art. The company's factories span over 80 countries worldwide, each using unique technologies. Many iconic products have been born under this brand. Take Nespresso, Nestlé spent years on research to create it. Their engineers even developed a special capsule sealing technology to lock in the coffee's aroma. Let's take a closer look at how it all happened. In the 1970s, Nestlé engineer Eric Favre was working on an idea that would revolutionize how we enjoy coffee at home. Eric drew inspiration from classic Italian espresso bars. His wife, an Italian, had a deep love for authentic espresso, and it was her passion that sparked his curiosity. Eric noticed that in many Italian coffee shops, baristas would introduce extra air into the machine before extraction to create the perfect crema, that creamy foam that signifies great coffee. And then it hit him. Why not make coffee like this accessible to everyone, right at home? That's how the idea for the capsule system was born. A system that locks in flavor, is easy to use, and delivers consistent quality every time. The first attempts to create coffee in capsules were anything but easy. The challenge wasn't just about sealing ground coffee in an airtight capsule. It was about making that capsule work seamlessly with a machine capable of delivering the precise water pressure. Here's the tricky part. Coffee aromas are highly volatile. To preserve freshness, the capsule had to be perfectly airtight. Engineers needed a material that could withstand high pressure and temperature without altering the coffee's flavor. And let's not forget, creating the perfect espresso requires a pressure of 19 bars, a tough feat to achieve in a compact machine for home use. In the end, Nestle developed aluminum capsules. These not only protect coffee from oxygen, but also ensure the correct pressure during brewing. When the capsule is inserted into the machine, it gets punctured, allowing water under high pressure to pass through. This extracts a rich flavor and creates that signature creamy foam. Here's another innovation. The engineers designed a special vacuum sealing mechanism to keep the capsules fresh for months. The combination of vacuum technology and the aluminum casing turned out to be perfect. Interestingly, Nespresso wasn't an instant hit. When it launched in 1986, the product was initially targeted at offices and business clients. It wasn't until a few years later, when the marketing team shifted focus to the premium home market, that its popularity began to soar. Think about it. The sleek machine designs, sophisticated ad campaigns, and the iconic "What else?" tagline delivered by George Clooney. All of this played a huge role in turning Nespresso into a symbol of style and quality. The patent for Nespresso's capsule technology was once at the center of major legal battles. When the patent expired, competitors began creating capsules compatible with Nespresso machines. Yet, Nestle still holds the lead, thanks to continuous innovation and its premium branding. Here's a jaw-dropping stat. Around 14 Nespresso capsules are sold every second worldwide. Every year, Nestle invests millions of dollars into improving coffee technologies. On top of that, the brand runs 90,000 recycling points for capsules as part of its commitment to sustainability. Every day, over 1 billion products are manufactured in Nestle factories. The company employs 270,000 people and operates 447 factories across the globe. Let's take a closer look at some of Nestle's most popular products. Nescafé, the legend of instant coffee. This might just be Nestle's most iconic product, sold in over 180 countries. The name itself has become synonymous with instant coffee. The brand has been around since 1938, when Nestle introduced the first instant coffee for convenient at-home brewing. Here's a fun fact. Over 6,000 cups of Nescafé are consumed every second worldwide. Plus, Nescafé adapts to regional preferences. In Latin America, sweeter blends are a hit. In Asia, milkier versions are popular. And in Europe, classic black coffee is the go-to choice. Kit Kat, one of the world's most beloved chocolate bars. First introduced in the United Kingdom in 1935, its popularity skyrocketed after Nestle acquired the brand. In more than 80 countries, people say, "Have a break? Have a Kit Kat." In the baby food segment, Gerber is the undisputed leader. Acquired by Nestle in 2007, Gerber is now synonymous with high-quality nutrition for infants. It's sold in over 70 countries and is a favorite among young parents thanks to rigorous quality standards. Each product undergoes over 100 quality checks. Maggi, soups, spices, and noodles, holds immense popularity across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Nestle Pure Life, one of the most popular bottled water brands in the world. Smarties? These colorful candies are loved by kids and adults all over Europe. Here's a fun fact. Nestle, in collaboration with Daniel Peter, created the world's first milk chocolate back in 1875. It was revolutionary at the time, and today, Nestle remains one of the largest chocolate producers in the world. Whether it's coffee or chocolate, Nestle knows how to create products that win over millions of hearts. What's your favorite? Nestle isn't slowing down. The company is heavily investing in plant-based alternatives, personalized nutrition, and eco-friendly projects. For instance, in Switzerland, they're already testing a new sugar-free chocolate sweetened with natural cocoa fibers. Nestle is also working hard to reduce plastic use, aiming to make all their packaging recyclable. And here's the kicker. They're developing products tailored to individual body needs, using DNA-based nutrition. From your morning coffee to a quick Kit Kat break, this brand is practically everywhere. Isn't that the ultimate mark of success? Nestle is a story of innovation, care, and the courage to do things differently. So, the next time you enjoy one of their products, remember, behind it lies over 150 years of dedication, dreams, and love for what they do. The secret to Nestle's success lies in many factors. This is a company that doesn't just sell products, it creates a lifestyle, adapting to the needs and expectations of people around the world. Nestle has always prioritized innovation, consistently investing in science and research. With over 20 research and development centers globally, their engineers, biologists, and chemists work tirelessly to develop products that align with modern trends. Less sugar, more nutrition, and convenient packaging. Nestle operates with a clear philosophy: think globally, act locally. This strategy helps them stay close to consumers and create products that feel personally crafted for them. And let's not forget, Nestle are marketing masters. They don't just advertise products, they build emotional connections with their customers. They're also quick to embrace modern platforms, from TikTok to Instagram, staying in sync with their audience. Every day, over 100,000 bottles of ranch dressing make their way to store shelves. But did you know that producing this requires 22,000 pounds of dairy products per shift, with pasteurization occurring at 161 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds? It's more than just a sauce, it's an entire industry. Let's break down how the world's most popular dip is made. The main ingredients of ranch dressing are dairy products, vegetable oils for mayonnaise, and fresh or dried spices. Every batch of raw materials that arrives at the production facility undergoes lab testing to ensure purity, freshness, and compliance with chemical and physical standards. Dairy products are tested for fat content, which should be around 10 to 20% to achieve the desired consistency, and for bacterial purity. Spices are analyzed for their essential oil content, which impacts the flavor. Manufacturers often use enterprise resource planning systems to track and control the origin of each ingredient. This ensures full transparency. For instance, if a batch with quality issues is identified, the system can trace the source and exclude it from future shipments. The production line is equipped with sensors to verify ingredient identity, and every batch is scanned and automatically inspected. Companies purchase raw materials in large volumes, such as 10 to 20 tons of buttermilk per month, ensuring a steady supply for production. Ingredients that do not meet quality standards are automatically rejected during procurement through automated systems that filter batches based on specific parameters. The system calculates the exact amount of ingredients needed based on the planned production volume. Software tracks the usage of each ingredient, helping to prevent overuse. Additionally, the automated purchasing system allows manufacturers to secure bulk discounts, reducing overall ingredient costs by 3 to 5%. The first step in the process is the receipt of raw materials, where both speed and precision in quality control are crucial. For instance, a typical ranch dressing production line processes up to 22,000 pounds of dairy products and up to 11,000 pounds of other components, like mayonnaise, spices, and oils in a single shift. ERP systems automatically log every batch of raw materials that arrives at the facility. Each batch of buttermilk is identified using a QR code or RFID tag, which contains detailed information about its origin, expiration dates, and certifications. Once received, the raw materials are sent to the lab for rapid testing. A milk analyzer measures fat, protein, and moisture content in under 5 minutes, with an accuracy of 0.1%. To check for bacterial contaminants like E. coli or Salmonella, modern PCR, polymerase chain reaction, analysis systems are used, delivering results in just 2 to 3 hours. Previously, this kind of testing could take several days, but automated systems now dramatically reduce the time, ensuring quick and reliable quality control. Impressive! Most ingredients undergo mandatory cleaning and sterilization before mixing to remove impurities and eliminate microbes. Fresh spices like garlic and onions are cleaned using infrared sorting machines, which detect and remove spoiled or rotten items with an accuracy of up to 98%. Other spices also go through infrared or steam cleaning processes. Buttermilk and sour cream are pasteurized to kill any pathogenic bacteria, ensuring they meet the highest safety standards. You've heard about my love for other foods, so now it's time to reveal my secret weapon in the culinary world. Let's just say, cooking isn't exactly my strong suit. I'm one of those people who can turn a simple Sunday barbecue into a game of find 1,001 ways to fix this terrible flavor. Take my burgers, for example. Not only did I oversalt the patties, but I also added super spicy pickles for a little kick. It was such a disaster that I was ready to grill a whole new batch. But then I decided to give ranch a try, and it worked. Turns out, this sauce is a miracle worker. It tames the saltiness and adds a creamy, mellow flavor that even saves my culinary mishaps. Alright, I think it's time to get back on track. The best part is just about to begin. Once all the ingredients are prepared, they are automatically fed into the mixers. Conveyor lines and automated pipes are used to transport the ingredients, ensuring that each component reaches the mixer without coming into contact with air or any foreign substances. For the production of ranch dressing, specialized high-speed mixers are utilized, capable of handling large volumes of ingredients in a short amount of time. For instance, mixers equipped with spiral blades can process up to 3,000 pounds in one batch, ensuring the even distribution of all components. These mixers are also fitted with sensors to monitor the temperature throughout the process. The temperature is maintained at 36 degrees Fahrenheit, which helps preserve the product's flavor and texture. If the temperature rises, an automatic cooling system activates to maintain optimal conditions. Depending on the recipe, the mixing duration can vary from 10 to 20 minutes. The system automatically adjusts the blade rotation speed, direction, and timing for each ingredient. For example, spices are added after the first minute of mixing to prevent them from settling. To ensure even distribution of the components, sensors measure the sauce's density and viscosity every 30 seconds. Ranch dressing must be thick enough to remain stable during storage. An integrated analyzer checks the viscosity of each batch, with an accuracy of up to 0.1%. If necessary, the software can adjust the mixing time or intensity. Additionally, the potential of hydrogen pH level is measured, as acidity is crucial for both the flavor and stability of the product. Ranch dressing typically has a potential of hydrogen pH range between 4.2 and 4.4 to achieve the optimal balance of taste and preservation. The system automatically monitors acidity and can add pH regulators if deviations occur. Before pasteurization begins, ranch dressing is transferred from the mixing stage to specialized pasteurization tanks through sealed pipes, minimizing contact with air and preventing contamination. These tanks are equipped with automatic sensors that monitor the incoming volume of sauce and calculate the optimal amount for pasteurization. The pasteurization process for ranch dressing requires strict control of temperature and timing to effectively eliminate pathogenic microorganisms while preserving the product's flavor. Typically, the high-temperature short-time method is used, where the sauce is heated to 161 degrees Fahrenheit and held at that temperature for 15 to 20 seconds. The primary equipment used for pasteurization is a plate heat exchanger, which enables rapid heating and cooling of the sauce through thin metal plates. Thanks to the large surface area of the metal plates, heat is transferred very quickly, minimizing the time the sauce spends at high temperatures. This allows for a processing speed of approximately 800 gallons per hour, a highly efficient rate for industrial sauce production. After pasteurization, it is crucial to cool the sauce quickly to prevent bacterial growth and preserve its flavor. This is achieved in the cooling sections of the heat exchanger. The sauce is cooled to below 40 degrees Fahrenheit within seconds. Rapid cooling inhibits bacterial growth and helps maintain the natural taste of the ingredients. Before packaging begins, the sauce is transferred from the pasteurization stage to specialized intermediate storage tanks. Each tank holds between 500 and 1,000 gallons and maintains the sauce at the required temperature. Depending on the order, the sauce is packaged into bottles, pouches, or containers of various sizes. The production line is equipped with multifunctional dispensers that ensure precise portioning. Depending on volume, the line can fill up to 500 bottles or containers per minute. Every package filled with sauce undergoes an automatic sealing process to ensure airtight closure. For bottles, specialized capping machines are used, capable of screwing on up to 300 caps per minute. For pouch packaging, heat sealing machines create secure, airtight seams. Temperature and pressure are automatically monitored to ensure the packaging is strong and durable. Do you know how many servings of instant ramen are consumed worldwide each year? Over 100 billion, and in the United States alone, up to 5 billion. In this video, I'll show you how simple dough is transformed into noodles that save students and office workers from hunger in just 3 minutes. We'll talk about the different types of noodles, the production process, and how all those amazing flavors are added. And of course, we'll dive into what it means to get invited out for ramen in various Asian countries. The production of instant ramen, yes, that iconic quick cooking noodle, is a highly technological process involving specialized machines for mixing, shaping the noodles, quick cooking, and packaging. I've seen how noodles begin their journey, starting with dough preparation. The base for these noodles consists of flour, water, salt, and an alkaline solution called kansui, which gives ramen its signature springy texture and yellowish hue. The type of flour used in instant ramen is crucial. High gluten flour, typically made from hard wheat, is the standard. The high gluten content ensures the dough is elastic and strong, which is essential for the noodle's texture. Sometimes, the flour is further treated or blended with small amounts of potato or cornstarch to enhance the noodle's elasticity and firmness after cooking. It's pure culinary magic. By the way, outside of Asia, instant ramen is one of the most popular ready-to-eat foods in the world, especially among students and travelers. The ingredient delivery process is typically automated. Flour, water, salt, and kansui are fed into the mixer from large containers through specialized dispensing systems. This setup allows for precise control over the proportions of each ingredient in every batch of dough. Sensors are commonly used to measure the exact quantities, and once everything is loaded, the machine automatically starts the mixing process. I was amazed at how powerful the mixing blades are in these machines. These blades ensure intense and uniform mixing of the dough to prevent lumps and achieve the ideal texture. They move in different directions and at varying speeds, which helps to evenly hydrate the dough and enhance its elasticity, especially with the addition of kansui, which gives the noodles their distinct structure. The first instant ramen was invented in Japan in 1958, and at the time, it was considered a luxury item rather than a quick meal option. After mixing, the dough is automatically transferred to the resting section, a crucial step where the gluten develops to the desired level, giving the dough a uniform texture. The resting machine is equipped with several layers of conveyor belts stacked one above the other. The dough is placed on the top conveyor, which moves slowly, allowing the dough to rest while gradually advancing. The conveyors operate at a slow pace to provide the dough with the necessary resting time. As the dough travels through all the levels of the machine, it rests for 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the recipe and the type of noodle being produced. This resting period allows the gluten to stabilize, making the dough more elastic, resilient, and better able to hold its shape after cutting. The machine maintains optimal humidity and temperature to prevent the dough from drying out or losing its essential qualities. Some machines are even equipped with specialized steam humidifiers to ensure the dough stays properly hydrated throughout the process. Once the dough has completed its resting phase, it is automatically fed out of the machine and into the rolling section for noodle shaping. The dough enters a machine equipped with a series of rolling rollers. These rollers gradually reduce the dough's thickness with each pass until it becomes thin, typically less than an inch thick. Each pair of rollers rotates at a specific speed to ensure uniform thickness without overstretching the dough. Modern factories, thanks to automation, can produce up to 1 million servings of instant ramen per day, making the process both highly efficient and consistent. Once the dough reaches the desired thickness, it moves on to the cutting stage. The machine is equipped with a set of sharp blades that slice the dough into strips of a specific width. The width varies depending on the type of noodle, ranging from thin to wide. These freshly cut strips automatically form long noodles, ready for the next step in the process. What fascinated me the most was how they make the ramen wavy. I finally saw that the shaping machines are equipped with special vibrating mechanisms or profiled rollers. During the cutting process, these mechanisms vibrate, causing the noodles to curl into small waves. Amazing, right? The entire machine vibrates, and the noodles naturally take on that classic wavy shape. Truly incredible. Wavy noodles not only hold their shape better in packaging, but also absorb broth more quickly once hot water is added. It's a beautiful process. It's no wonder Japan has museums dedicated to the history of instant ramen, where visitors can learn about its evolution and even create their own unique serving. In the final stage, the shaping machine divides the noodles into individual portions. Special blades cut the noodle strips to a specific length, ensuring they fit neatly into the packaging. The portioned and shaped noodle blocks are then sent onto a conveyor belt for the next step, either pre-cooking or drying. This automated process helps maintain the integrity and uniformity of each portion. Defect control at this stage is also fully automated. I was fascinated to learn that the machines are equipped with sensors and computer systems to monitor quality, ensuring consistent thickness, width, and length of each noodle strip, while also detecting potential defects. Next, the noodles need to be cooked, and I was amazed to see how they are passed through powerful steamers, where they are cooked for several minutes. This step is crucial for preserving the texture and flavor. After cooking, the noodles are fried in hot oil. Special machines equipped with high-temperature vats ensure even frying. This method gives the noodles their crispiness and makes them suitable for quick preparation. Now I know that there are more diet-friendly types of ramen, and the difference lies in this stage of production. To avoid adding oil, some noodles are dried using hot air instead. Specialized drying chambers circulate hot air to evaporate moisture. After drying, the noodles are ready for packaging. In instant ramen production, fully automated packaging lines are used. Personally, this is one of my favorite stages to watch during factory tours, aside from the tasting, of course. The machines cut or shape the noodles into compact blocks that fit neatly into the packaging. Each noodle block is placed in a waterproof bag or container. At the same time, packets of seasonings and flavorings are added to enhance the taste when prepared. Naturally, every package includes a small packet of concentrated spices and broth, either in powder or paste form. These may contain soy sauce, meat broth, dried vegetables, and various spices. This ensures that instant ramen has a rich, flavorful taste once water is added. Every stage of instant ramen production undergoes quality control to ensure a safe and consistent product. This process includes checking the quality of the noodles, moisture levels, and the weight of each block. Specialized detectors also scan for the presence of any foreign objects in the finished products. Once packaged, the instant ramen packs are placed into boxes and sent to storage facilities. The product has a long shelf life thanks to the dried or fried noodles and airtight packaging. Storage conditions must maintain low humidity and a stable temperature to preserve product quality. In the United States, instant ramen is incredibly popular. Every year, approximately 4 to 5 billion portions are consumed, placing the US in the top 10 countries by consumption volume. While the per capita consumption is much lower than in countries like South Korea, Japan, or China, Americans still enjoy this product for its convenience, quick preparation, and affordability. If you were to stretch the noodles from a single packet into one continuous line, it would measure about 3 yards. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about that for days. Guess what I'll be doing today? As for an invitation to eat ramen in Asian countries, it's their equivalent of asking someone to Netflix and chill after a date.